Welcome back to Screen Zen. I'm Jason. You wanted to talk about Sinners, so here we go. This film is not amazing. It's not fantastic. It's not awesome. It's beyond that. This is an experience. Ryan Coogler was able to direct a film that was genre bending, breaking in some points, and tells a story of the Black experience respectfully without all the trauma porn that we get from a lot of these time period pieces. Back with Michael B. Jordan, he knocks this out of the park. This is probably the best role that Michael B. Jordan has had. When we're talking about Sinners, marketed as a vampire horror, but there's so much revolving around that even the fact that there's vampires, that's a theme within itself. Right from the beginning, you're introduced to Smoke and Stack. These are twin brothers trying to leave their troubled lives behind. They return to Mississippi, hometown, to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. It's been a while since I've seen a film that made me think about my own life and to think about the people who had the similar experience as me. This movie tells the truth about the time period of the 1930s, what people had to deal with in terms of employment, in terms of options available to them, and the stories that they tell to each other and carry on down through their family lines. When we're talking about the cast, everyone shined. Every single person in their own way. Obviously, Michael B. Jordan is going to be the front. The fact that he was able to play two roles who are brothers, it amazes me. And right from the jump, it actually breaks your whole twins movie thing where, oh, you could tell that they're standing next to each other, there's a split. They're passing a cigarette back and forth to each other. Blew my mind. I don't understand how he was able to do that. It flowed, it was seamless. It wasn't 5 minutes in that I was like, okay, I'm viewing them as two different people. Delroy Lindo in this as Delta Slim, he plays a drunk blues musician who has trauma of his own, and they actually explore his experiences and what actually got him to being a drunkard, asking for money on the street. Haley Steinfeld plays Mary, who actually grew up with Smoke and Stack, or people who took care of them. If I'm being honest, I might be watching too much Marvel movies. This is the dirtiest I've ever heard Haley Steinfeld talk, and she's acting like she's been doing this her whole life. Completely different person. And Miles Canton delivers a performance that blew my mind. Almost shed a tear. Not because it was sad, no, but because it was amazing. And I've never seen that through film the way it was. It really makes you think, especially if you're Black, about how our contributions to musical genre throughout the years keeps the same soul, keeps the same necessity to how music heals us, informs us, and gives us a sense of freedom. This movie was about empowerment, Black history. One scene with Delroy Lindo, Delta Slim, when he's talking about the chain gang that he sees as they're passing, one of those prisoners was killed by the KKK. We don't see a daggone thing, but you hear it in the background as he's describing. It's like a memory that you're also living with him. It's not there then, it's not right in front of you, but you, in your mind's eye, can see what's going on, and without seeing someone getting lynched. If I had to boil this down, it seems like it's a search for Black freedom and how we obtain that, and it explores those themes in many different ways. But more than anything, for me, the music is the thing that stood out the most. It was almost like a musical. The Delta blues just came through those speakers, and even if you don't like the blues, you can feel it. Like, you can feel the beat, you can feel the rhythm, and you can understand how things like that could give way to a jazz, could give way to a hip hop, where you have the freedom to kind of freestyle on your guitar, drums, piano, whatever you're using to enhance whatever music that you're making at that time. But it wasn't just blues, y'all. The music in here, some of the songs that I heard, I had to download to my playlist, and you would think it was the blues music. There were some Irish songs. It sounded so beautiful, and this is coming from Jack O'Connell playing Remick, also Lola Kirk, who's playing Joan, and her husband. It really made me think. It's like the music was so beautiful at a time where the KKK was running and terrorizing Black folks, and all these crazy, egregious things were happening, but the music is the thing that showed the beauty of humanity somehow. And the vampires who were singing it is not something that I expected. When I knew that this was a vampire, like vampires were going to be in this, I was like, oh, I've seen vampire. You've never seen anything like this. He turns what vampires are and what they do on their head, and he uses the themes of the film to do so. In one scene, Preacher Boy was about to get, nicked by one of them, and he starts saying the Lord's Prayer. Remick started saying it with him. Like, that's not what's gonna save you. And I came to the realization in the film that I didn't see any crosses. I didn't see, they had garlic, but I realized that nothing that they got from the colonizers or the white man actually saved them. The things that saved them were the stories that were passed down from generation to generation. What saved them was the music that they created, not given. What saved them was the knowledge more than anything else. The knowing of how to do things allowed them to survive and fight back. Like I said, I almost shed a tear when Preacher Boy first starts singing in the juke joint. Blues song that he's singing in the same song goes to the past, present, and future, and they all combine as one. Afrofuturism. You see ancient tribal dancing. You see tribal dress appear. You even see some Chinese dancing in the middle of the floor, traditional Chinese dancing. You see West Coast hip hop. You see turntables. You see twerking. All the things that musically black people have created or minorities have created, and they all were able to harmonize and mesh as one. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Some of the themes that stood out were definitely sticking together to survive what you need to survive, right? Through life. Smoke and Stack being brothers showed brotherly love. Even though their ways were very different, they each had a similar goal. Even the contrast between the day and the night. The movie took place during the day, and at night, that's when all hell breaks loose with the vampires and the monsters and all of that. But I think this movie told a real story about how life was back then. It brought it to the forefront and didn't shy away from it, from the sharecropping, and the stories that they were talking about to each other in different languages and such. It just brought everything home. Really. It changed the way that I definitely viewed movies like this. It's definitely changed the way I viewed the horror genre, because it wasn't just that. There were so many different elements woven into it that I was just gobsmacked. Every time that I thought I knew what was going to happen, took me left every single time in a good way. Y'all, I give this movie a 5 out of 5. It's been so long since a movie actually made me feel these emotions, think about my own life and my own history, to creating such interesting forms of music, all when we have nothing, that you're sure can transcend time, even into the future, whatever that might look like for us. Guys, I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Leave a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't, but you need to go see Sinners.